little one. In the mud? No. But thanks for jinxing me.
What?
Cái này nó bên không không nè.
Dad, let's take a selfie right here.
Jen.
Get your stick over here.
What the hell is he doing? Yeah. Did you get bit by a spider out here, man?
No. What? Really?
See ya. See ya. Now she doesn't even know. Look, she doesn't even know the way out anymore. Sucker.
Cái chỗ này mà làm gì không có bớt được không?
Oh, shoot.
Told you.
Jen, stay right there. I take picture of you, Jen.
Get lost, hang it out. Get lost.
Come here.
Very nice. Okay, let's go. Come on.
Jen, you want to take a selfie? With all of us? Dad, wait.
Okay.
Được, thế này.
Let's go.
Wow, this is so great.
Jay, why don't you buy an external
Yeah. I don't know.
flash drive?
Me?
Yeah.
I have one.
Doesn't Apple have a slot for that? Do iPhones have a slot for that or no?
Wait, what?
For external flash drive, a micro SD card.
Oh, this is the packet.
Isn't that the iPhone 6? I told you, idiot.
Yeah, he wants to do that.
Chắc mà đứng là không lên đó.
Huh?
Mà không thấy măng nữa, cái tre không có măng. Tre già mặn mọc không thấy măng. Mấy cái cây tre nó đánh vào với nhau á. Đúng là rừng tre.
Quá trời. Woo! Very good time today, 23rd of December 2014. Tomorrow, Jimmy birthday.
Oh yeah.
Keep on my boy in the bed. Keep on my boy in the bed.
Bác có cái đôi gì? Cái đôi dép đó hay không chứ?
Vâng, mà xin nè. Anh con nó dễ.
Con thì mà nó vô tích cái tí.
It's like we're in Mortal Kombat. Remember in the movie where it's Scorpion versus
When they go into that, like, fighting.
yeah, Scorpion versus Sub-Zero? Finish him. Get over here.
What?
Oh, what the f-
Hey, Hold on, and the tip there. Hey. Run the right hand. Okay, Mom. Let's go, Mom.
Jen, hurry up. Jen, stop right there so I can still see your face. Go. Jen, go on.
So you can what?
Still see your faces or else I can't see them anymore.
Ooh. This is mine.
Let's go.
It's kind of slippery. Dad, Mom, come on. Let's go. There's lots of mosquitoes here. Run.
What?
Mine's Canada, Indian Ocean. Yeah, really, really. You need to be hiking with the sun.
Mom, did you see the mosquito bite that I had for all 4 of them?
Don, you suck, man.
That's not steady at all.
Con Mỹ cái hắn nó cứ tô một điểm rồi. Nó cứ tô nó một chấm. Rồi tới đâu nó học thành một năm vậy đó.
Đi kìa. Nó khoảng vàng hay ngọt. Nó ngọt rồi nó mọc ra thôi.
No, was there a guide for the hike? Yeah. You're on your own, sucker.
Whoa, wooden bridge.
Good and big.
Where are the one feet?
Oh, which way? Which way? Maybe this way.
Which way is it? This way? Whoa.
Cool. I'm not going to go out with this.
Whoa, damn.
Cool, hold on.
Come on, stop pulling on all of them.
Dude, you give us bad karma, man.
Everyone does that. There's not going to be nothing for.
No, it doesn't work.
What?
It doesn't work.
säga som det är som jag just nu också. Men blir han väldigt sådär?
Nine.
Nhất là bên Âu Châu không có. Nó có một kho đấy, mà không phải lên thôi đấy. Nhất là không đi việc CBT.
Into the darkness.
Better be nice inside here. What?
It's in the journey, not the destination, Mom.
Nhưng mà cái đường đi nó dễ. Cái này intermediate hả Duy?
No, this is expert.
Easy hay là intermediate?
It's expert.
Thường thường người ta nói quên nghiêng nhiều xíu.
Dad, do you have an extra battery for this thing?
Yeah. Đúng rồi. Muốn đến nào?
Almost.
How many now? 1 minute.
16.
15. Ra cái gì đi, ra chưa?
You're almost there.
Không nếu mà ăn miếng xe ở đây những cái này không không nguyên ngày
Ngày thôi không là 2 ngày đâu. Anh luôn 2 ngày mà mỗi chỗ ha gì cô nó gì đó. Một chỗ đi đâu chỗ.
I see it. I see it. It's right there. Keep on going. It's right there. The falls.
Oh, okay.
There it is. Da, 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 da. Made it. Guys, stay on that side. Go, go, go.
Đây nha. Đừng thấy này. Đây vô này kia đấy nè. Ồ, hết rồi.
Dạ thiệt.
That we are about to take. I'll do my best to keep us entertained, and I'll point out a few more things from here to Hana. It's probably getting a little later in the afternoon now, and we most likely won't want to do many stops. So I'll try to stick to things that we can see as we drive by. Once we get past Hana, we're going to get into the fascinating story of the human history of Hawaii. For now, Our first step is to get from here to Hana.
Hana rồi còn gì nữa hả?
No, come back.
We're not. That wasn't Hana, Mom. We passed Hana.
Pass on, come back. Now come back.
Oh, yeah, baby. Cover that.
Folks, in 1916, there were 3 separate areas that made up the park. The first was the crater area at the top of Haleakala, but the other 2 were actually on the Big Island. The Kilauea volcano, which is the area that's still currently active, and parts of Mauna Loa, one of the big volcanoes. The vision for the new park was that it would be a place to be enjoyed by the people of the United States and the preservation and protection of nature within the boundaries. No doubt you've seen that the pleasure derived from the park extends far beyond just citizens of the United States. Visitors from all over the world marvel at this wondrous place. In 1960, it was decided that it made more sense to administer Haleakala and the Big Island Park separately. So, the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park was designated, and the Maui
Car coming. Like 3.
Oh, you did it in the 919 store?
Usually it's more like this. Is there one after this? Yeah. No. It's gone.
Oh, did you do it in the 919?
Rabbit food quá đời gái luôn à. Nhìn đi ăn này không con?
No, wait, what is it?
She's next.
The flower, this one, and this one.
You can actually hike all the way from the crater down to the ocean, the full 10,000-foot vertical drop. This is not a hike for anyone other than the very fit or the mildly insane. It's usually done as a 2-day trip of a little over 19 miles, with an overnight stay at the Paliku cabin inside the crater. Then the hikers join the Kaupo Trail that passes through a gap in the mountain and follows downhill switchbacks all the way down to the beach. It's hot and exposed, and it's just plain hard. Strong are required. Hikers reach ocean level at the village of Kaupo, which is about 10 miles back from where we are now. Most people will prepare by driving a vehicle to Kaupo first. Then they drive to the top of Haleakala to begin the hike. When they finish the hike to Kaupo, they drive back to the crater where they left the first car that they need to retrieve. If that sounds easy, then how about doing the same thing uphill?
So is that what you guys did?
Yeah.
Huh?
You already know what you're in for when you drive up here. Especially up here, this is...
Nè, bạn nhìn thấy không? Trên này nè.
Sao?
Cái water này, cái waterfall nãy mình thấy đó, đó, đây nè.
Oh, that was it?
There, see?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
The one who walked to?
Oh, no.
No, not the one who walked to.
Oh.
No?
Yeah.
No.
Sao?
Baby.
Bà già đó mà bà lái hay không?
She probably lives here.
Yeah. Nhưng mà nếu mà cái này mà nước mà xanh là
But I
perfect.
like this one.
Blue. Aqua blue là perfect. Có thể nắng á, nếu chiếu xuống nước là blue. Ăn nữa không đâu?
The cross is not able to be seen from the road, but let me tell you the story. Father Kaualua was born here on Maui, but decided to leave to pursue studies of Catholicism. At the time, the Catholic faith was forbidden, since the Protestant missionaries had a stronger influence on the native Hawaiians by virtue of having arrived here first. Paleokaualoa wanted to learn more about the Catholic ways, and he left the area. When he returned, and Catholicism was once again permitted to be practiced, he was responsible for the conversion of thousands of native Hawaiians in this area.
Okay.
Father Kaualoa died in 1846, and the cross was erected in his memory in 1931.
Đâu cái cross đâu?
You can't see it from the road.
That will be the peak on the left, and its summit is 70 miles from us. A lower volcano, Mauna Loa, is seen to the right of the Mauna Kea Peak. If you look off to the right along this next stretch of road, we should be able to see at least the peak of Mauna Kea if it's a reasonably clear day.
See how not clear it is? You can't see anything.
Giật như nãy.
During the 1800s to
Mongoose
control
did
rat
the berry, huh?
populations in the sugarcane plantations. Based on recommendations from Jamaican sugarcane farmers, 72 mongooses were brought to the Big Island and then bred and shipped to the other islands, although Lanai and Kauai are thought to be free of mongoose. The rat eradication experiment with mongoose was a dismal failure. The mongoose proved to have little impact on the rat population since they hunt during the day, whereas the rat is active at night. Not only that, but the mongoose has developed a taste for live birds and bird eggs, having a terrible effect on native birds like the nene goose. They are also prolific breeders, with females producing a normal litter of 2 to 5 pups every year, and male mongooses can father offspring just 4 months after their own birth. Although they're cute and furry, to some, the mongoose is hated. Not only are they unnaturally impactful on the environment and wildlife, but they also transmit a disease called leptospirosis, or cane field fever. The bacteria is spread when urine from an infected mongoose gets into an open wound on a human, like through a cut on a sugarcane worker's foot. Yeah, they're cute to look at, but they sure cause some problems.
Tom, can I have more beef jerky?
Hana from economic ruin. He had an interesting story, born the son of a millionaire banker. Fagan was an important figure in the expansion of Major League Baseball to the west coast of the USA. He acquired the San Francisco Seals of the Pacific Coast League, greatly increased the salaries of players, and drew the biggest ever attendance to watch a minor league team. He was a man who had the attention of sports writers and the media. In Hana, the main industry from the mid-1800s was sugar plantations, but these were rapidly failing, with only 1 of 6 plantations remaining by the 1940s. Outside of his baseball life, Paul Fagan had experienced
Is there another commentator?
Hamoa Beach is just around the bend to the right. It's the nicest beach on West Maui, and great for snorkeling on its protected side, especially when the seas are calm. We can stop for a quick swim now if it looks inviting, or you can take a look and plan to visit here again another time. If we do stop to take a look at the beach, just keep following this road when you're ready to leave.
Police ở đây làm việc sướng hả?
Probably not.
Huh?
Probably there's
Over on our left here are 2 fish ponds, though you won't be able to get close to them. Hawaiian native fishermen created the ponds by building stone walls. The idea of the ponds is that when the tide...
Cá thì nó kẹt trong món.
Hôm qua gặp cá rất là đẹp, cá trong hang á. Mà lần đầu nó chui ra ấy nè. Oh, we're done surfing here. Terrible, right? Huh?
Big.
Biết quanh chưa? Biết lắm á. Cái này phải 5 feet không con?
More.
Sao con cái này con đâu có dám xuống hay sao? Vô đây gì quý?
You guys want to look at it?
Nhưng mà đá lắm, con người đá nó đập.
Oh.
And it doesn't delete until like
Why don't you just delete it? Can't you,
well, I deleted some apps, so I'm just gonna wait until like
can't you just delete the recently deleted album?
yeah, but then there's actually a video that I want to do, so I'm just gonna wait.
In the role of official guardian to the prince, a role that would allow her strong influence in the future. But through the storminess of their relationship, the king This is where we pass around Honolulu Bay. The best views are from the other side of the bay. Let me quickly recap the relationships at this important time. Kamehameha the Great conquered all
Beautiful.
Same shit.
Oh, okay.
It's just a bigger view of everything.
Maybe they're listening to the same thing.
Now we about this location.
Cars.
The missionaries began the work to convert the native Hawaiians to their God and the pathway to heaven. However, their work was not only about spreading the word of God. They also quickly set to the task of creating a written version of the Hawaiian language and translating between English and Hawaiian. Their efforts were targeted at the royal family and high chiefs. By influencing the monarchy, they could more quickly spread the word to the commoners, and as we heard, those from an American ship. Eventually, the will of the missionaries and the royal family prevailed, and sailors no longer found Hawaii to be the Sin City it once was. The missionaries also were successful in converting the native Hawaiians to Christianity by the tens of thousands as the decades passed. And the Ten Commandments were to become the new basis of law.
Dude, that's crazy. Beautiful.
The 1800s was a century of enormous change for Hawaii and Maui. His name was Kauikeaouli. He was the second son of Ka'ahumanu's sister and Kamehameha the Great. The French Catholic priests were sent home from Hawaii after growing tension and conflict between the American Protestants, Native Hawaiians and the Catholics. Later in that decade, under threat of war from the French, Catholicism was permitted in a first, very simple constitution that was based on Christian values and equal rights for all. In 1840, that constitution was overwritten by a more detailed document that declared a structure of government that was similar to representative governments from other parts of the world, with elected officials, courts, and taxes. It also declared that an emperor who was pretty ambitious, shall we say, pressured the king to surrender Hawaii to the British crown. This was overturned within months by higher British authorities. Perhaps this spurred the Americans into action, and the next year they officially recognized but was owned by the government and also purchased by private persons. Kalakaua Oi, or Kamehameha III, died in 1858. In 30 years, his reign was the longest of any of Hawaii's monarchs, but unfortunately, the native Hawaiians were victim to more introduced diseases like Alexander Lee. We're approaching Ho'okipa Park, the Great Windsurfing Beach, which means that the town of Paia is only minutes away. We're coming to the end of Hawaii. The native population was at its height and estimated at between 300,000 and 400,000. By the time the first missionaries arrived in 1820, the population was reduced to 140,000. Of course, pure Hawaiian blood is harder to find as interracial births take place. In 1872, there are 51,000 Hawaiians, pure and mixed. In 1896, there are just 40,000 Hawaiians. The population had been reduced by as much as 90%.
Views.
Đó nô gì không con?
No, we don't have time.
Không có time rồi làm sao lên cho nó đói à?
No snacks, right?
Kahai to Halikaka.
When does it start?
Usually, if we have a little time to wait, we'll be rewarded with stunning views. Large rain and storm systems can override the microclimate, but usually, if the weather is good down here, then we'll have a good experience for at least some of the time while we're at the top. Keep going. It's going to take more than a few clouds to stop us. Got that on our way down. If we wanted to grab a coffee or snack before we begin the climb up to the crater, then this is the best place for us to stop. I'll let you know a good place to turn in up ahead. Then take the next right to get into Pukalani. Remember, there are no food or beverage services at Haleakala, so this is our last best chance to take something with us. Turn right to stop in, or keep going straight if we have everything we need. Get to Haleakala. I don't blame you. I'm excited too. Once we get around this bend, we'll be turning left onto Route 377. I'll let us know when it's time to turn.
Đau lắm buổi tối hả Julie? Cũng $5.
Yeah, something like that. Or 350.
Hả?
Or 350.
Vậy à? Sao lại rẻ hơn cái Hana Road à?
Because Hana Road's more popular.
350 thay vì mua bản đồ, nghe cái này nó nói hay hơn, ngồi đó coi bản đồ.
Phải nói còn commentary đó.
Còn coi bản đồ vừa lái vừa coi bản đồ giờ.
Ahead through these traffic lights. Our turn to get to Haleakala is just a little further ahead.
Thì,
Cái này nó giống như cái GPS vậy á, không?
thì nó follow GPS nó nói được, không có follow GPS sao nó nói được.
Chà.
Không traffic nó ít traffic là cũng đi cũng dễ.
Okay, an important intersection is in front of us. Turn left at the intersection to get onto Route 377, which is the Haleakala Highway. The signs are good, so we can't miss it.
Haleakala. Yep, there it
Haleakala.
Haleakala. Ouch. What?
Well done. We just have one more left turn to make in a couple of minutes, and we'll be on the road that takes us to the crater. As we drive through here, we get a nice taste of upcountry Maui. It's a lot less like a tropical island with swaying palm trees than you might have expected. The upcountry is cooler, cloudier, and greener than down at the beaches. This area supports many forms of agriculture with its fertile soils. If you want to do a really thorough exploration of Maui, then the upcountry is a must. Some of the interesting places to visit include a lavender farm, a goat dairy, cattle ranches, and even a winery. My tour today will stick to Haleakala, but the upcountry is easy to explore on your own if you're interested.
Nó trâu vô túi mò, thấy gì đâu mà thôi.
Ed, slow down at the side and yield to any traffic that's already on the bridge.
Con để cái bình nước, một bình nước nữa.
There's nobody. Oh, I didn't realize it was.
Maybe one's in the middle or something.
Đâu biết đâu.
We already passed it.
Pass.
Views of eucalyptus trees in groves. Eucalyptus is an introduced species to Maui. They're not native, but they certainly enjoy the growing conditions. The two forms that we see most frequently are the Tasmanian blue gums and the stringy bark eucalyptus. One of the key features of the eucalyptus tree is the strongly fragrant and highly combustible oil it produces. In wildfires, eucalyptus trees are commonly seen to explode into flames, fueled by the oil. But the oil has very positive uses too. Most notably, the oil is used in lozenges and decongestant medicines to help make breathing easier. The old wives' tale for stuffed nasal passages is to put a few drops of eucalyptus oil in a container of near boiling water. Put a towel over your head and deeply breathe in the oil-laced vapor, almost guaranteed to provide relief. If you take the walk in Hosmer's Grove later, you'll be able to get close to the trees and smell their natural aroma.
What tree?
Eucalyptus. Ở Mento. Cây đó cái lá nó thơm lắm.
Winery, even though it doesn't fall in the normal latitude range for successful winemaking regions. Established in 1974, the Maui Winery at Ulapalakua Ranch first planted grapes in the Tedeschi Vineyards. The property had previously been the site of a sugar plantation and a cattle ranch. While the imported winemaker was waiting for his first crushable harvest of grapes to develop, he had to wait for 6 years. He decided to experiment in making pineapple wine. There already were plenty of pineapples available without waiting. In 1977, the first pineapple wine called Maui Blanc was released and is still a good seller today. It's described as a soft, semi-dry wine, and the pineapple flavor is subtle, not like strong pineapple juice as you might expect. Following on from the success of pineapple wine, the winery also has a raspberry wine, a sparkling pineapple wine, and Maui Splash, a pineapple and passion fruit wine that is the winery's best seller. There's also a nice selection of traditional grape wines too, of course. You can visit the winery at Kula here in the Upcountry, or pick up a bottle at a local wine store or liquor merchant. You might be surprised. It's just a few more minutes to our turn.
Also, it's up to you.
Grove to get here. We're going to talk about how the island of Maui was formed a little later, so keep this view in mind.
We see the star on the sky, so today good clear days, at least this morning. So they're lucky. Yesterday we thought a storm with us, but not the fact.
I think we might be excited to get to the top of Haleakala, so let's keep going. On our way down, you might like to stop in and have a look around. If we do stop for flowers or fruit on the way down, it works on an honesty system. Just leave money in the box for anything that you might take from the stand.
Oh, right here. Is that?
Không có người trông đâu, bỏ tiền vô trong cái hộp.
Không hay. Cái system gì anh thích gì? Honestly. Sống gì nó mới sống được, mà sống nó peaceful mind thôi. Sống mà the left on Haleakala. Hey, oh, the left.
Còn chạy thẳng đừng có đi đâu cả.
Good tour guy. Nhiều chỗ đó. Good tour guy.
Okay, so let's begin the true climb to the crater. As you can see by my readings, we're currently at about 3,500 feet above sea level. We're going to reach a little over 10,000 feet when we get to the rim of the crater. Also, if this vehicle has a thermometer display, take a look at the temperature here, and let's see how much colder it is at the top. For the first part of our climb, we're going to see a few more houses and farming land, but those will soon give way as we climb, since growing conditions get more difficult with altitude. We negotiate through 21 switchback curves in this first section, so strap in and get comfortable. This is quite a drive. Let's climb up to Haleakala, the House of the Sun.
Oh, the House of the Sun.
House of the Sun.
Good tour guy.
Sunrise.
Hawaiian mythology that explains how Haleakala came to be. Pele was the goddess of fire, but she had quite a resume, being the goddess of fire, lightning, dance, volcanoes, and violence. She was both a creator and destroyer, and she shaped the Hawaiian Islands. Pele had a stick, or paoa, which she would drive into the ground to create a pit and cause lava to be thrown into the air. Pele tried to create a home for herself in the Hawaiian Islands, first on Kauai, and then on the other islands, including inside Diamond Head on Oahu. Each time, she was thwarted by Namaka, her quarrelsome sister, who was the goddess of the sea. Namaka would cause seawater to rush into Pele's fire pits so she couldn't live inside them. When Pele came to Maui, she dug another pit, this time on Haleakala. With her magic stick, she made 16 pu'u, or the cinder cones we see today. Pele lost another battle with Namaka and was forced from her